This is why she isn't acting in Hollywood anymore. Ever wondered why your favorite classic Hollywood stars suddenly disappeared from the big screen? It's not just age catching up with them. Many of these actors actually faced bans. So, who are these famous faces missing from Hollywood, and why were they banned? That's exactly what we'll explore in this video. Hollywood has its own reasons for sidelining once successful celebrities, ranging from difficult attitudes to the influence of their inner circles. Some actors even get banned due to things that they did in their personal life. So let's dig into what went wrong for these stars in the unpredictable world of showbiz and catch up on where these once famous actors have been in the last couple of years. The blacklisting of Tippi Hedren in Hollywood is one of those unique cases that have nothing to do with communism. Instead, the roots of Hedren's career woes lie at the feet of one man, Alfred Hitchcock. Tippi Hedren, a fashion model in her early 20s, achieved Hollywood stardom after being discovered by the legendary filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock. She went on to appear in two of Hitchcock's films, the suspense story The Birds in 1963 and the psychological drama Marnie in 1964. However, the once promising collaboration turned into a nightmare. Hedren's experience is vividly portrayed in the 2009 book Spellbound by Beauty, Alfred Hitchcock and His Leading Ladies, and further dramatized in the 2012 HBO film The Girl. Both sources detail instances of mental and physical abuse during the filming of Marnie and the Birds. Hedren also disclosed Hitchcock's inappropriate sexual advances, firmly rejecting him and declaring that Marnie would mark the end of their collaboration. In a fit of rage, Hitchcock threatened to ruin her career, keeping her bound by contract and blocking her from securing work for 2 long years until he finally sold the contract in 1966. This setback dealt a severe blow to Hedren's standing as a leading lady. Over time, she managed to revive her acting career and subsequently emerged as a passionate animal rights activist. So not only did she conquer the challenges Hollywood threw at her, but she also found a new purpose beyond the glitz and glamour of the big screen. Now let's take a look at Sean Young's tale in Hollywood, which is both fascinating and cautionary. Bursting onto the scene in the early 1980s, Young quickly became a sought-after actress, known for her roles in films like Blade Runner, 1982, and No Way Out, 1987. Her striking looks and undeniable talent had her pegged as one of Hollywood's next big things. However, her ascent to stardom hit a snag due to a series of controversial incidents and her reportedly difficult behavior on set. One of the most significant factors that contributed to Young's ban from Hollywood was her behavior during the production of Wall Street, 1987, and the infamous Batman, 1989, casting debacle. Young was initially cast as Vicky Vale in Tim Burton's Batman, but was replaced by Kim Basinger after a horseback riding accident. Undeterred, Young made headlines for her attempts to secure the role of Catwoman in the sequel Batman Returns, 1992. She appeared in a homemade Catwoman suit on a talk show and even attempted to confront Burton and Michael Keaton during production, actions that were widely perceived as erratic and unprofessional. Furthermore, Young's reputation was marred by several high-profile disputes and legal battles with co-stars and filmmakers. These incidents, coupled with rumors of challenging behavior on set, led to her being perceived as a liability in the industry. Directors and producers became hesitant to work with her, fearing potential disruptions. Despite her undeniable talent, Young's career never fully recovered from these controversies. She found herself relegated to smaller roles and independent films, a far cry from the A-list status she once seemed destined for. Young's story is a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in Hollywood, where public perception and behind-the-scenes behavior can have just as much impact as on-screen talent. Her ban from mainstream Hollywood projects stands as a testament to the industry's often unforgiving nature and the delicate balance actors must maintain between their personal and professional lives. Sondra Locke made her film debut back in the late 1960s and even earned a nomination for the Best Supporting Actress Oscar in her debut role in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. Locke showcased her acting skills and later delved into directing, proving her multifaceted talent. However, her life took a dramatic turn during a messy breakup with none other than Hollywood legend Clint Eastwood in 1989. As the dust settled from their split, Locke found herself facing an unexpected consequence. She was essentially blacklisted by several major studios in Hollywood. Astonishingly, over 30 of her movie proposals were rejected by Warner Brothers. To add another layer to this Hollywood story, Locke uncovered evidence suggesting that Eastwood and the production company were conspiring to keep her out of the limelight. Shockingly, the money she received for her work was revealed to be laundered money from Eastwood himself. Legal battles ensued, with a fraud trial looming over Eastwood and Warner Brothers. While a jury was on the brink of finding them guilty, Locke opted for an out-of-court settlement with both parties. After nearly a decade, Locke eventually made a comeback, but the shadows of the past continued to linger and she never regained her former glory. Orson Welles is the man who gave us some of Hollywood's most important pictures, like Touch of Evil and Citizen Kane. However, Welles was another man who was named in the aforementioned red channels. When he was busy crafting groundbreaking films and radio programs, the FBI had him under investigation as a potential communist and political subversive. While the Red Scare was in full swing at home, Welles was off in Europe, dealing with issues he had with Hollywood producers and directors. Welles was targeted for his progressive political stances. The suspicions soared after the release of his 1941 masterpiece, Citizen Kane, whose main character served as a veiled reference to the anti-communist tycoon William Randolph Hearst. According to an FBI report, the film was seen as an extension of the Communist Party's smear campaign against one of its vocal opponents in the US. Although the Bureau never found proof of Welles's Communist Party membership, they still tagged him as a threat to national security. His name ended up in the 1950 Red Channels pamphlet, but by then he had already embarked on a self-imposed exile in Europe. Despite the setback, Welles made a triumphant comeback, earning awards and accolades. However, his blacklist ordeal proves that even legends like him were not immune to McCarthyism's grip in the 1950s. Vanessa Marquez's journey is far from a Hollywood fairy tale. Her claim to fame includes a recurring role in the popular medical drama ER. However, her stint on the show abruptly ended after 3 seasons, sparking curiosity about the reasons behind her departure. Marquez later claimed that it happened because she filed a complaint against George Clooney and multiple colleagues who harassed her. Years later, Clooney, while expressing apparent sympathy, dismissed accusations suggesting he had a hand in Marquez's removal from the show and her subsequent blacklisting in the industry. Sadly, Marquez's life took a tragic turn, as she not only struggled professionally, but also battled numerous mental health issues. In 2018, during a wellness check, Marquez died in a confrontation with the police. Bodycam footage later revealed the heartbreaking moment when Marquez pleaded with the officers to end her life. Just like Vanessa Marquez, the story of Jean Seberg is also tragic and not just limited to the blacklisting. Jean made her mark in the cinematic world with her role in Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless in 1960. However, her personal life unfolded as a tale of peril and paranoia because of the FBI's unwarranted attention. Seberg found herself in trouble due to her association with the Black Panther Party, which resulted in her becoming a target of an FBI smear and spying campaign known as COINTELPRO. As the 1970s unfolded, Seberg ventured into intriguing European genre pictures like Gang War in Naples and Kill, 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 Kill. However, it is alleged that her political affiliations took a toll on her career in the United States. Hollywood offers dwindled, and tragically, Seberg took her own life in 1979. A heart-wrenching note found with her body read, "I can no longer live with my nerves." These stories shed light on the complexities behind the disappearances of Hollywood stars, showcasing that there's often more to the narrative than meets the eye. These days, Vanessa Williams has been doing just fine in her life. However, in the early stages of her career, she encountered a cringe-worthy incident that nearly derailed her path to success. In 1984, she was crowned as Miss America, becoming the first African American to seize the prestigious title. But hold on, just a few months later, she shockingly resigned from her position. The scandal erupted when Penthouse magazine decided to publish inappropriate photos of Williams, resulting in her resignation. The aftermath of this controversy cast a shadow on her career, making it incredibly challenging to secure work due to her tarnished reputation. Yet, as the late 80s rolled around, Vanessa's music career began to soar, and she successfully left the embarrassing events of the past behind her. Thora Birch, born on March 11, 1982, in the vibrant city of Los Angeles, California, is the youngest one on our list. She began her acting career in the late 1980s as a child appearing in commercials. However, she quickly gained widespread recognition for her performances in films like American Beauty, 1999, and Ghost World, 2001, earning critical acclaim and establishing herself as a promising talent in Hollywood. However, her career took an unexpected turn, and she faced a period of professional stagnation and apparent blacklisting after she was fired from an off-Broadway production of Dracula in 2010 and was hit with the difficult label. The reasons behind that are multifaceted. Speculations suggest that reported conflicts with her father, Jack Birch, who was also actively involved in managing her career, allegedly contributed to tensions on film sets and behind the scenes. According to what we know, Birch's father was her manager at the time, and she was let go after he physically threatened another cast member in the show. Whoever's fault it was, Birch's profile hasn't been the same ever since. Additionally, there were rumors of differences between directors and producers, which led to a reduction in the number of roles offered to her. However, she made a comeback with notable roles in independent films such as The Etruscan Smile in 2018 and Above Suspicion in 2019. While her return to mainstream success might not have reached the heights of her early career, Birch's resurgence demonstrated her resilience and determination to continue pursuing her passion for acting. Elizabeth Berkley soared to fame in the late 80s and early 90s through her portrayal of Jessie Spano on the beloved sitcom Saved by the Bell. Back then, it seemed like Berkley's career was on an unstoppable upward trajectory. However, by the late 90s, the offers for leading roles began to decrease, and her presence on the big screen diminished. What caused this sudden decline? Unlike a lot of people on this list, Berkley wasn't blacklisted for making regrettable comments or engaging in offset misconduct. The turning point in Berkley's career was her decision to star in the 1995 film Showgirls. Unfortunately, the movie turned out to be a critical and commercial disaster, reaching a level of notoriety that made it a laughingstock in Hollywood. The fallout from Showgirls was significant. People within the industry hesitated to collaborate with anyone associated with the film, and Berkley's career took a hit. However, it's worth noting that the public's memory is often short-lived. A Bell reunion a few years ago served as a testament to this, indicating that, despite the setbacks, there is room for redemption in Hollywood. Charlie Sheen is a household name known for his roles in TV hits like Two and a Half Men and movies like Platoon and Wall Street. However, Sheen has faced personal and professional challenges, including public struggles with substance abuse and erratic behavior. His public meltdown in 2011, characterized by his infamous catchphrase, "winning and unconventional interviews," led to his firing from Two and a Half Men. After being fired, Charlie Sheen faced a series of challenges that took a toll on his career. His headline-grabbing public meltdown tarnished his professional reputation. The fallout strained relationships with studios, producers, and industry colleagues alike, making it tough for them to count on him for reliable work. The negative buzz surrounding his personal life and public outbursts made studios hesitant to collaborate with him, as they were concerned about the potential disruptions on set and the impact on overall production. In an attempt to move past the rough patch, Sheen even tried his luck under his birth name, Carlos Estevez, in 2013's Machete Kills. But the truth is, his career never quite bounced back from the setbacks of that rough period. Dalton Trumbo, a renowned screenwriter, was another star who was called before the House Un-American Activities Committee and was asked the notorious question, "Are you now, or have you ever been, a member of the Communist Party?" Trumbo, once a party member, took a bold stand by refusing to answer and even challenging the legitimacy of HUAC in his testimony. This defiance came at a cost, as Trumbo was charged with contempt of Congress. Hollywood studios, in response, blacklisted him, and he found himself sentenced to a year in federal prison. Post-release, Trumbo's creative spirit remained unbroken, though he had to resort to writing under pseudonyms and selling his scripts on the black market. During the 1950s, he secretly penned several screenplays like Gun Crazy and The Brave One, and won 2 Academy Awards that he couldn't even collect. The turning point arrived in 1960, when director Otto Preminger and actor Kirk Douglas boldly announced that Trumbo would receive writing credit for the films Exodus and Spartacus. Breaking free from the blacklist, Trumbo resumed his Hollywood career. However, it wasn't until 2011 that the Writers Guild of America formally credited him with the Oscar-winning script for 1953's Roman Holiday. Back in her prime, Lena Horne, the jazz artist, pop singer, dancer and actor, was one of Hollywood's busiest entertainers. She started her career in the 1930s as a vocalist, and by the 1940s had made her way to the silver screen, signing with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. With her stunning looks and smooth singing voice, she became one of the first African-American stars on both stage and screen. Horne was not just about entertainment, she was a significant figure in the fight for civil rights. But you know, the road to equality wasn't smooth for Horne. In the 1940s and 50s, her connection with musician, actor and athlete Paul Robeson took a toll on her career. During her USO tour of World War II in the 1950s, she made headlines for objecting to segregation policies. Collaborating with Robeson stirred up controversy due to his unapologetic left-leaning political stance. So in the 40s, she got blacklisted for ties to communism and left with no avenue in television or film. She hit the road, touring as a nightclub and cabaret singer. Determined to clear her name, she publicly denounced communism and launched a letter-writing campaign to influential journalists and entertainment figures. The plan worked. Horne's reputation slowly recovered, and by the late 1950s, she was back on television variety shows and recording hit records. It's worth noting that amidst all those challenges, she stayed true to her activist roots, participating in civil rights protests during the 1960s. Ingrid Bergman, the iconic Swedish actress renowned for her ethereal beauty and versatile acting in classics like Casablanca and Notorious, faced a significant career setback in the early 1950s. The reason behind her temporary blacklist from Hollywood was a highly publicized extramarital affair that scandalized the conservative American society of the time. Bergman, married to Swedish neurosurgeon Dr. Petter Lindström, fell in love with Italian director Roberto Rossellini while working on the film Stromboli in 1949. Bergman's affair with Rossellini and her pregnancy out of wedlock created a moral uproar in the United States. Back then, the American film industry followed the Production Code, a set of industry guidelines aiming to uphold moral standards in cinema. Bergman's actions were considered scandalous and incompatible with prevailing societal norms, leading to severe criticism and essentially blacklisting her from Hollywood for several years. During her Hollywood exile, Ingrid Bergman continued her career in Europe, collaborating with Rossellini on films like Europe, 51 Inches, and Journey to Italy. Despite the controversy, Bergman's talent and dedication to her craft shone through, earning her acclaim in European cinema. It wasn't until 1956 that Bergman returned to Hollywood with her role in Anastasia, a film that marked her comeback and secured her a second Academy Award for Best Actress. Lana Turner is the glamorous Hollywood sensation of the 1940s and 1950s. Her life took a wild turn in 1958 when her teenage daughter, Cheryl Crane, ended the life of Turner's abusive boyfriend, Johnny Stompanato, in what was later deemed a justifiable homicide. This shocking incident not only put Turner's personal life under a harsh spotlight, but also cast a dark shadow over her Hollywood career. The scandal surrounding Stompanato's death stained Turner's reputation, and she found herself entangled in a web of sensationalized headlines and courtroom drama. While the legal outcome favored her daughter, the public spectacle took a toll on Turner's career. The studios were cautious about associating with someone whose personal life had become a tabloid sensation. Consequently, Turner experienced a decline in her popularity and struggled to secure significant roles. Despite the challenges, Turner did not completely disappear from the screen. She persevered, continuing to grace the screen with notable projects like Imitation of Life, 1959, and Peyton Place, 1964. While her career path underwent a shift, Turner adapted to Hollywood's evolving landscape. She made a seamless transition to television and later ventured into stage performances. Lana Turner's story isn't just about challenges, it's about resilience. Despite the hurdles, she remained a recognizable figure, leaving her mark on various projects until her passing in 1995. Turner's journey, both on and off the screen, weaves into the intricate tapestry of Hollywood's golden era, shedding light on the personal struggles that some stars had to face amid the glaring public spotlight. While these stars faced setbacks that led to temporary blacklisting or altered career trajectories, it is crucial to note that their stories did not just fade away. Some made a triumphant return to Hollywood, earning acclaim for their performances, while others chose different paths, but all of them left enduring legacies, reminding us that the impact of their contributions extends far beyond the ups and downs of showbiz. So what's your take? I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more updates about these icons. Thanks for watching.